hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean, yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie, and today I put together some of my best Valentine's Day DIYs. All of these have a very sweet love letter theme. We're going to be decorating a coffee bar, a tier tray, lots of fun Valentine's Day DIYs. So let's get started with the coffee bar first. Now, you guys have seen me remake this sign that I got at Goodwill maybe 10 times, but hey, we're going to do it again. This is the perfect size sign for the top of my coffee bar, and so I thought we could redo this. We had it all decked out for gingerbread for Christmas, which turned out really cute. Now, I normally take this sign and I hand paint it, but for Christmas we tried just using some vinyl lettering. Now, I used a little heat and they were easy enough to pop off, but it did leave a little bit of a gummy texture residue on there. I probably should have used some Goo Gone or something on there because sanding didn't quite seem to get it as good as I wanted it. So I just covered it up with a couple more coats of red because I'm going to keep it red for Valentine's Day. The theme of all of the DIYs today is going to be love letters for Valentine's Day. Now, don't worry if you don't have a coffee bar. You could always do any of these Valentine's DIYs for just regular decor or for a tier tray. That would work out really well too. So I did go over it with a couple of coats of red to try to cover up the writing on there. You can still kind of see it. Now, I kind of found a center point there, and I'm just using a straight edge and a white paint pen. I could not find my ruler, so I'm just using some craft wood from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to make 2 straight lines with a little point here in the middle. And my plan here is to make this sign look like a giant love letter for Valentine's Day. So we have the top part of the envelope. And now I'm just kind of trying to estimate where the bottom folds of the envelope would be and doing the same thing. I finally remembered to order white paint pens on Amazon. So I got 3 different kinds so I can test them out for you guys. I'll be sure to put my favorites in my Amazon shop in case you need some. Now I kind of want the top part of the envelope line to be a little bit wider than the bottom one. But I'm just going to kind of go over them again just to kind of make them pop a little bit more. And I think that looks really cute. Any kind of rectangular sign would be really easy to make look like an envelope. And I like the pop of red against my white wall. It's going to look really cute for Valentine's Day. Now, I wanted to do a sticker, a heart sticker for an envelope. So I was trying to find a heart just the right size. And this middle heart in this wood sign from the Dollar Tree was perfect. So I want to DIY it a little bit though and make it look kind of fancy for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to cover it with one of these little burlap bags from the Dollar Tree. Aren't these great? They have burlap on the outside and they kind of have a plastic coating on the inside. So it's really easy to cut and it doesn't fray at all. So this was cool. This is the first time I've crafted with these, but I did pick up several of these at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to use my little wood heart as a template. You can use whatever you've got, whatever size works for you, or a heart is pretty easy to design yourself if you don't have the little wood heart. But I just drew that on there and then I'm just going to cut it out. See how well this cuts? I was really impressed with this burlap bag. I also got some of the white cotton bags too. I thought I might be able to craft with those as well. So that looks pretty good. I wasn't sure how to attach it, whether I should use Mod Podge because it's kind of got a plastic underlining to that burlap, but I went ahead and tried it. And I just put a fairly thick coat of Mod Podge on there and that worked perfectly to glue the burlap to our little heart sticker for our envelope. Now there were a few places that I didn't get it perfect, so I'm just trimming it up a little bit. And then I thought it was a little plain, so I thought we could dress it up a little bit. So I'm going to use one of these little wood hearts from the Dollar Tree, one of these little ornaments. It's got all the little heart cutouts. I thought it would be kind of ornate. to do something fun on top of it, just to make it look like a fancy like seal on our love letter. I'm going to go through and distress it, just a little bit of ivory with some acrylic. The colors I really want to work with today are like red and white, and like some wood or natural colors like this burlap. After I get it painted ivory, I do go in and lightly distress it with just a little bit of Antique Wax by Waverly in one direction, just to bring out some of that great detail on that wood cutout. And that's how it looks right now. So now all I need to do is attach that to the burlap heart, and I'm just going to do that with a little bit of hot glue. And this sign was really easy to put together. I'm not going to put like any words or anything on there. I thought about having a little message on there, but I kind of liked the simplicity of it with just the little heart sticker. So here's our little envelope sign that we painted. And then we can seal it with our little burlap heart. And I'm just going to attach that with just a little bit of hot glue, because you know your girl's going to be remaking this sign. It's like the best $2 or $3 that I ever spent. And I just glue that on. This has got hangers on the back. I already have a place for it on my wall. Now, it was a little too red, so I thought maybe it might disguise some of that residue that was still on there from the lettering if I distress it. And I like distressing anything. So I just used ivory and a chunky brush from the Dollar Tree and went all over, kind of wiping off the excess if I got too much with paper towel or a baby wipe. And I just go over it until I get the right level of distress. You probably should do this step before you put the heart seal on, but you know. Or you can just leave yours bright red. I think this turned out really cute. And this really got me started on this love letter theme for the coffee bar today for Valentine's Day. I'm so excited about Valentine's Day. It's always one of my favorite holidays to decorate for. Now check out this heart that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's really cute. This wasn't with the Valentine stuff. This was with like the regular like home decor. And it's like a white wood heart with like a wood heart. The white heart is like thicker and they kind of fit together like puzzle pieces. So I thought we could DIY something really pretty for Valentine's Day with these. So I'm kind of seeing how it's put together, and then I was wondering, can I get that paint off? Because I want to do something else than have that message on there. And so I'm using fingernail polish remover, and this is what it does. It kind of worked, but at the same time, it kind of smeared black all over the wood. So I definitely have to paint it. But it did do its job. I can paint over it easily without seeing those letters shine through. And I'm just using, I think this is candy apple red, just a bright red. And we're just going to go all over that. I like that wood grain on there even shows through the red paint, so it still gives you kind of that natural wood texture. Now on this heart, I thought that we would decorate the back of it. And I went in and designed an image. I will share it below. With the word love in cursive written all over it, just like in a brown color. I thought this was really cute. I kind of alternated where the words were, and this would be great to cover up any kind of heart, and it's going to go great with like the vibe of all of the Valentine's Day DIYs today. I did have to go over the red heart with another coat of red, kind of cover up that like black discoloring that we had going on there on the heart. And then I'm just going to use the little wood heart as a template and an ink pen and draw out the size of the heart. And then all I have to do is go in and cut it out. You know, I always think I'm going to do like print and cut on my Cricut. My Cricut, the little sensor in it never can see very well. I'm not sure if it's because I have bad lighting in my house. I don't know. But it always seems easier just to cut it out with scissors. Now I'm just going to Mod Podge this onto the heart. I just left the little piece with the little wood heart on the back. That way it won't interfere with anything and I don't have to worry about removing it. And then I'm just going to Mod Podge that on there. And I really love this design. I think it turned out really pretty. And if I forget to share a link to this design, be sure to remind me. I can usually share it on Canva, but if I can't, I will share it on our Facebook group. So I did have to sand off a few edges that I did have that were a little bit too large. And then I'm going to go over the top of the paper with just a little bit of Mod Podge as well. And you could always use any kind of scrapbook paper or anything like that that you have as well. But I really love this print. So I'm just trying to get everything dry. I thought maybe one more little heart detail would be cute. And I have some of these little craft board hearts from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to kind of leave it just that natural brown color. I think that is going to look pretty with the little heart that has the word love all over it. It's going to kind of match together. And I'm just going to attach that to the red heart with just a little bit of hot glue. And they just fit together like puzzle pieces like that. Isn't that the cutest thing? I think we gave it a great makeover, but I did want it to have like a little bit more texture and maybe some fabric with it. And so I am gonna just make a simple bow. I'm gonna use some of this burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and we're gonna kind of do like a little faux bow on here. So I just take some hot glue and then I just glue down it upside down about halfway, and then I'm just going to do like 2 little pretend loops over. I'm not actually going to tie it, but we're just going to kind of make it look like I tied it, just attaching that with hot glue. So we have 2 little hoops and 2 tails. I'm going to trim that off even, and then that extra ribbon that I had, I'm just going to cut a little piece of that off to cover up the middle part of the bow, and it's going to give us a really cute faux bow. I thought that would be easier than trying to tie it. I didn't think it would come out very smoothly, and this came out with a perfect little bow, so I like that. And this is how it turned out. And now I think it's perfect. Look how cute that is. I think it's really like got a romantic vibe. I'm loving the colors. And I think that's going to look great on the coffee bar. Now, the next DIY, I also found this in like the home section, the home decor section, not necessarily the Valentines, but it reminded me of like the Philly love sign. I'm just going to pop off the flower that was on there before and just kind of push the wood back down in the hole because it caused a little bit of damage to pull that out, just to flatten that out. Now, I really wanted this not to be white because my wall on my coffee bar is white, so I wanted to make it look like wood. So we're going to do a faux wood by just taking a dry brush, one of the chunky brushes from the Dollar Tree, with just a little bit of Antique Wax by Waverly on there and distressing it. I tried wiping some of it off with a baby wipe, which was probably too aggressive. Maybe a paper towel would be better. So I do go in here with a second coat. And as you can see, I'm just like working in one direction and I'm just giving it a faux wood grain. I'm going to leave the sides white. I like the fact that it's going to be like two-tone, but this really made it look really pretty. Now, whenever you do like a faux wood with the Antique Wax by Waverly, you have to dry it really good because if you touch it and it's still wet, it will mess it up. So make sure you get it good and dry before you touch it or decorate. And then I'm going to use one of these little red wood stickers from the Dollar Tree to replace the little flower. And this is just going to be a very simple little sign. This would be really cute on a tiered tray as well. And we have a little love sign. Now I distress it very lightly with just a little bit of ivory and just a dry brush, just because you know I like distressing things. And it's going to kind of make it go with the vibe of the other DIYs we're doing today. And this is going to look great up on the top shelf. I have 2 shelves on my tier tray, and they are both like a wood color, kind of similar to this. And I think it's going to look great up there. Now, these are the Valentine's Day stacked books. I really like the size on these. They're a lot bigger than the little wood crates that you can get from the Dollar Tree to make stacked books. And I thought stacked books would be really great for this Valentine's Day coffee bar, and this would be really great for a tier tray as well. Now, I got these last year and tried painting them, and I used chalk paint, and it was like a whole deal. They did not paint the greatest. So I'm going to use just acrylic, and my strategy this year is I'm just going to try to do thin coats. So I do like the thinnest coat imaginable here because I kind of want to cover that all up. I want to make these books like my red and white theme and a little bit of a wood thrown in there as well. So I'm just going over it with a couple of coats until I have kind of a clean canvas, using one of those Cricut weeders if I get any paint down in the cracks. And that worked. It didn't turn out perfect, but on the sides, I did go a little bit heavier on the paint, and I did get it to work pretty well. It just, I don't know. I think it's because it's covered with paper. And I do go ahead and do the top as well because I have plans for that and I don't want any of that color shining through. So we just kind of have a blank white canvas. Now I want to make the middle stacked book look like wood. So we're going to do the same exact technique that we just did on the little love statue, just with a chunky brush and some Antique Wax by Waverly. I'm not going to tape it off or anything. It's pretty big. I think I can kind of stay in the lines here. And I'm just going to work it in one direction and then wipe off the excess with a paper towel. And it's going to give me kind of like a cute little faux wood grain. So I'm going to do that on both sides of my book. And then I'm going to do it on the front. I thought on this book stack, I would make it look like 2 red books and a wood book like in between, or brown. And I just want it to be covered in, like, you know, our colors that we're using today for the Valentine love letter tier tray. So I do the same thing here with the front, trying to clean up if I get too much on any of the other books, because I want to go back and paint those red. So just like the love letters, make sure you get that really dry before you touch it, because that antique wax takes a while to dry when you go over paint. Now I'm just using that candy apple red acrylic paint and a foam brush, and this was really easy to paint, and you don't have to worry about taping it off and causing any damage to the paint if you're just kind of a little bit careful with your straight lines. So I'm going to do that on the bottom book and the top book all the way around. We're going to transform this little book stack and make it look really cute. Have you DIY'd these before? You'll have to let me know in the comments below. Last year when I tried to paint them, I was so excited that I was just like, oh my gosh, these paint so poorly. But this year, I don't know, I had a lot better luck. And I don't want it to look perfectly red. I kind of want it to look a little distressed. So 1 coat is definitely enough on that. And then I'm going to write a message on here with my white paint pen. I turned it over so I got a really fine tip. And I'm going to give my best Ray Dunn font. If you look at this lettering, if you like this lettering, it's really easy to learn. They're long, skinny letters with like short crossbars. And I have enough Ray Dunn in my house that I think I know exactly what it looks like. So I'm just going to sketch that on there. If you're not confident with that, you could always use stickers or your Cricut to make little letters for that. But I'm just going to have the book say, P.S. I love you. I thought that would go great with our Valentine love letter theme. Now I'm going to cover the top of it with some of this tissue paper. This is just white tissue paper with red hearts that I got at Target. I thought it'd be fun to do some DIYs with, and I thought that could be like the front cover of the top book. So I'm just going to cut out a piece that's larger than the top of the book, and then we're simply just going to Mod Podge that on. Whenever you Mod Podge with tissue paper, you got to be really careful. My secret is usually to use as little Mod Podge as possible, just a very, very thin coat. And you just want to try to avoid wrinkles as much as you can. So I'm just going to try to put it on there as flat as I can and smooth that out. I did get like a couple wrinkles, but I could smooth them down pretty well. Just smoothing them down with my fingers. Make sure your fingers are dry. You don't want to tear that tissue paper. And then I go in with a little heat to dry it, and then a sanding block. It's so easy to sand a perfect little line along the edges whenever you work with the tissue paper. It gives you a great texture too, that papery texture for the top of the book. And then I'm going to do a very thin coat on top just to make sure that it is down and sealed. And I think this is definitely easier than the crates or trying to make your own wood stack, book stack. And that's how it turned out. Now I want to tie them together like a stack of books. So I'm going to use that same burlap ribbon that we used for the bow on the little hearts to kind of tie that in together. Just cutting out a piece to go on the front, the top, and the back. I'm not going to wrap it all the way around because I want it to be flat on the bottom and to sit properly on my coffee bar shelves. If you haven't seen my coffee bar DIY video, I did it November of 2021. I went to Goodwill on their clearance day for furniture, and I got like a little armoire for like $12, and I DIY'd it into a coffee bar, and it turned out really cute. I used like removable wallpaper in a shiplap pattern for the back of it, and then I did little floating shelves from the Dollar Tree to make the shelves, and then I painted and decorated the little cabinet. Like, it's got little sea turtle knobs, it's got twine, it looks really coastal and beachy, and then I secured that to the wall and built my own coffee bar. It was so much fun. So I'm just going to finish that off with a little wood heart. This one I'm just going to go ahead and paint ivory to kind of go with our color scheme, and distress it very lightly with a little bit of antique wax by Waverly on a dry brush. And there it is, our little Valentine book stack. P.S. I love you. The version I did last year was like a coastal theme. I'll have to post that one as well. Now check out this little gnome that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's got a pink hat, which I wasn't excited about because I wasn't using any pink, but we're going to let it slide because look how cute he is. He's holding a little love letter above his head, and how could that be any more perfect than a love letter theme? He was kind of my inspiration maybe behind this whole coffee bar. So I'm going to sit him on top of that book stack, and we're going to keep crafting. I found this little galvanized metal love letter at the Dollar Tree, and I thought this was going to be the perfect size. I'm just going to go ahead and take the hanger off, and it's got this great design, but I don't really want the metal. I want it to be like our color schemes of like the red, white, and brown. So I'm going to use the rest of that tote bag that we used to cover the heart on the love letter to cover it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to Mod Podge this on. I didn't really want to use hot glue. I thought that would melt like the plastic lining on the inside of the burlap bag. And so it worked. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I'm just cutting out the fabric, and then I can cut that down and we can cover that up. I thought those metal ridges would still show through, and the little heart where it's all like, you know, sticking out of the metal. So I'm just going to use the little love letter as a template. And if you can't find this little galvanized metal love letter, you could do this with any kind of a rectangle, really. And then I'm just going to cut it out. I love cutting this stuff. I might have to pick up some more of these little burlap bags because you know I love crafting with burlap, and this has that look of burlap, but wow, it's so easy to use. So I thought if I Mod Podge that over, I can get, you know, the love letter parts kind of shining through a little bit. So I do a fairly thick layer of Mod Podge all over this. I know that, you know, whenever you're gluing to metal, sometimes it's weird, and I was worried this was going to be weird. The thing that I noticed is that I couldn't really use my heat gun to get in there because the bag was so thick, but I just kind of push it down as much as I can. Whenever it was starting to come up a little bit, I would push it down a little bit more there on top and make sure that it's secure. Now for the little heart sticker, I'm going to use another one of these little wood stickers from the Dollar Tree. It fits in there just perfectly to seal that off. And then I thought I would go ahead and paint that red to kind of go with our color scheme. Some of them are already red, but they weren't the perfect size, and this one really is. So just a little coat of red acrylic. And then I'm just going to attach that with hot glue. Now, I think it's really cute, but I was afraid. I actually took the sticker off there and glued it down without it, so it didn't stick out too much, but I kind of wanted to bring out the details of the little, you know, sides of the envelope. You could kind of see them, but kind of not. So I thought I would just use like a red Sharpie and kind of just go over that to kind of color the burlap a little bit right there at the different creases of the envelope. It just made it stand out a little bit. I am going to hang this on the wall behind my coffee bar. kind of like it's kind of like falling kind of to the side. And I'm just going to use some double stick tape on the back to do that. I'm not going to worry about reattaching the hanger because I don't want it to really hang straight. Now we have another DIY. I'm going to use some of these little Valentine's gift bags from the Dollar Tree. You get 2 in a package on this size. And I really liked this just brown like paper bag with the little red hearts on it. I thought we could make our own little cutting board with that. So I found this little cutting board at the Dollar Tree. And I thought it'd be really a fun size for the coffee bar and something that we could DIY and make it look really cute. Isn't that cute? I had never seen these before. So I'm just gonna carefully untie the rope on it so that I can reuse that after I recover it. And this bag is just the right size and matches my colors today perfectly. So I'm just gonna cut the front off the bag. You know I love crafting with gift bags. There's so many different things you can do with them. And if you get them at the Dollar Tree, they're super cheap. Now this was the only tricky part, was trying to get the handle off without ripping it. This is going to be the kind of the top where the handle is, so I'm not going to need a lot of paper there, so I think it's going to be okay. Now, the only thing I was worried about was that little bit of crease in the bag, whether that was going to be visible, but it actually turned out pretty good. So I'm just going to flip it over and use the little cutting board as a template and draw that out. And then I can just go in and cut it out with scissors. And you guessed it, we're just going to Mod Podge this gift bag onto that little cutting board and do a really cute decorative little cutting board for Valentine's Day. I always like trying to throw in some coffee items, some kitchen items, anytime that I'm working on a tier tray or, you know, like a coffee bar for the kitchen. So I cut it out to size. I'm just going to cover the side with the writing on there because this is a really thick bag. I don't have to worry about seeing the writing through it. You're definitely not going to be able to see through that bag. And so I'm just going to do like probably a medium layer of Mod Podge on here, making sure I get everywhere. And then I'm just going to stick that bag on there and smooth out, especially the like little crease there in the middle. Make sure I get it on there just perfectly and smooth and tight. I also use my scraper to try to make sure that I don't have any wrinkles, and I just want a smooth cutting board surface on there. And isn't that cute? I love it. That's just a very kind of neutral design, but it's got the bright red heart. It's super cute. I do go around and sand it a little bit to make sure I don't have any paper hanging over the edges at all. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with another coat of that matte Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree. I love those little bottles because you don't have to worry about them drying out. If something happens, they don't get closed, you know, properly. I've wasted so many big packages of Mod Podge because it gets all yucky. And then I'm just using a razor blade to cut out like the little center hole there in the cutting board. And then I'm just going to use like a pen to kind of round that out, try to get any of the paper off that shouldn't be there, and that worked pretty well. Now I thought it was really cute. I'm gonna go ahead and reattach the little rope that came on it, but you know your girl's gonna have to DIY it a little bit more. I thought we could try to, you know, go with a love letter theme, and I found these little mirror stickers at the Dollar Tree, just like in the regular decal section at my store. They weren't necessarily Valentine's Day, but how perfect are they? They have the little kissy lips and they have the XOXO. So at first I was just going to do the XOXO. I do go back and end up using the lips as well. I don't want them to be that mirror finish though. I wanted to go with our color scheme, the red and white. And so I'm just using some ivory paint and we are just going to paint these. You know, the mirror part does kind of shine through, so if you're going to paint these, make sure you give them a couple of coats to get pretty good coverage. Once I get them painted, I'm going to peel them off, and they're just little stickers, so they're perfect to craft with. Making sure I don't have any paint overhanging. And then I'm going to use hot glue to make sure that it doesn't fall off. I'm not just going to rely on the sticker. And we're going to glue our first little XOXO here. They're actually two separate little pieces. This one I kind of went a little crazier on painting, obviously, but I'm just using my little Cricut weeder to get off any of the excess paint, and then we're going to glue this one right next to it. So we've got like a little XOXO theme, and then I decided, you know, I should use the lips as well. So I'm going to go through and paint them exactly the same way, just with a little ivory acrylic, just kind of working in one direction. And I get all of my brushes and everything like that from the Dollar Tree, and they actually had these little paint holders as well, which are great. Less cleanup. You got like maybe 5 or 6 in a package. Pretty cute. So we got our little lips painted. Gonna make sure none of the holes are covered up with any excess paint. And then we can attach that to our cutting board too. And I thought this was just really fun and simple. I really like the size of it. It's kind of the perfect size. I'm also gonna hang this one on the wall. Because like between my two shelves, I kind of have a lot of room, and I kind of want to kind of layer things and make everything look really full. So we're going to hang this little cutting board on the wall, a little XOXO. The only thing I didn't like about it is I thought it was a little too clean, a little too perfect. And you know, I like to distress my DIYs. So I do go in here and just take a dry brush with some ivory, and I just distress it very lightly, especially on the edges. Wiping off any excess if I get too much on there, just to kind of rough it up a little bit. Kind of make it look old in Valentine's Day. And now it's ready to go on the coffee bar. I can't wait for you guys to see how this all turns out and looks together. So I got this little wood heart. It's actually on a skewer. I got this at the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. They had different shapes like stars, hearts. I thought the heart would be perfect for Valentine's Day. And I thought we could make a stand, and then I wanted to use one of these dish drying mats from the Dollar Tree. I thought we could make like a stuffed red heart, like, you know, on a stand. I've seen those for sale, and I thought we could DIY it ourselves. And that drying mat is like kind of stuffed, so I thought that would be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and just stain the little dowel and the wood block. This is a giant Jenga block from Five Below with just some antique wax by Waverly, because those are going to be visible. Now, I was going to go in. You see my drill. I've got my biggest drill bit on there. It was not big enough to drill a hole. Like the rod, the dowel is really big on that heart. So I decided to cut it in half and kind of go with a plan B. And I was like, how on earth am I going to get this in here if I can't drill a hole that big in it? So my solution was just to cut it off a little bit shorter, and we'll just attach it to the top of the wood block with hot glue. That will weigh down the bottom, and it'll make it, you know, stand up good. So I do have to go in and stain the exposed side because I did cut it down a little bit. And then we are just going to upholster this heart to make our little stuffed heart. If you can't find this, you could always use a dowel and then like stuff the middle of the heart with some pillow fluff or something like that. That would work. But I've always seen these drying mats. I've never crafted with them, but I've always been curious what they would be like. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. So what I'm going to do is just lay my heart on there, and then I'm going to make my heart like maybe an inch bigger. That way I have extra material to glue that around the sides to make it look like a big stuffed heart on a dowel. So there's our first piece. It kind of has like a foam fluffy stuff in between the two layers, but it all stays together. It's all glued flat, so you don't have to worry about it falling apart. So once I get my first one cut out, I can go in and use that as a template to cut out the other heart for the back. I love the color of this and the texture. I think it turned out really fun. I'll have to save the rest of that drawing mat to use for some other Valentine's DIYs. So my plan is to kind of sandwich it in there like that, and then go around the sides. If you're a sewer, you could always sew this step, but I'm not really. I'm a hot gluer, so I'm gonna hot glue this just by doing the top part of the heart first, gluing that together. Now, I don't know if fabric glue would be faster or slower, because I did have to pinch that a lot to make it stay together. Like, as you can see, it just kept wanting to separate. So I just kept pinching it together before the hot glue dried because I was trying. I'm like, oh, no, this isn't going to work. And I almost gave up, but I'm glad I didn't because it turned out really cute. So I just kept pinching it until I finally got it stuck. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on both sides of the heart. Just really pinching and holding that together because it was resistant. It did not want to glue together. But in the end, I won. So we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Now, as you can see that like white material, that fluffy stuff that's in between the two layers of the drying mat. And I didn't really like that, so I am going to finish that off. I just have a scrap piece of like the thinner brown rope from the Dollar Tree, and I thought we could just glue that all the way around. It's going to give it a finished touch. It's going to hide all that white stuff that's in there. It was the perfect width. So just starting at the bottom of the heart, I'm just going to hot glue a section at the time and go all the way around our heart with that rope. And that worked out perfectly because it goes with our color scheme as well. And it really kind of helped highlight it. I thought this would be a nice tall piece for my coffee bar. Kind of put it in the back and it can kind of poke out and display a heart above some of our other little Valentine's DIYs today. Now that middle section, I found I did kind of have to push that down in there to make sure it kept its shape. And then I'm just going to go all the way down to the pole with that rope, gluing that together, and that was the perfect solution to that problem. And this would be really cute in any kind of fabric, but I love the fact that I didn't even have to stuff it because that drying mat was nice and plush. So now I'm just going to use hot glue to attach it since I could not drill it out. And you're just going to have to hold it on there for a while to make sure your hot glue sets up. And that's how it turned out, our little upholstered heart on a stick. I love it. I also got a star one I thought we could use maybe for the 4th of July. Hey guys, I have a private Facebook group. I would love to see you over on Facebook. I also have a Facebook page if you wouldn't mind following me over there. And I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And I'm Crafty Beach on YouTube, and you know I'm on all of them. And I would love to have you over there. Okay, our next DIY, I picked up one of these little mail trucks from the Valentine section at the Dollar Tree. And I thought we could make this cuter. So I'm just going to work on the back. That way I don't have to worry about any of the paper and glitter and stuff that's going on the other side. I wanted this to kind of go with our like, you know, wood, red, and white theme. Something that would go with our love letter theme. So I'm going to use a little Goo Gone on that sticker on the back just to make sure I don't have any residue left over. And we're going to DIY this. I also redid this last year. I did like a little Cupid's fish market, I think. And I did a little fish on top. I'll have to repost that. That was really cute. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with some ivory. And we're going to do a coat of ivory all over. You know, I love those chunky brushes from the Dollar Tree. But man, sometimes like all of the bristles fall out. This was one of those such brushes. So I'm going to go all over it with ivory, just distressing side to side like that. Because what I want to do with this wood truck is I kind of want it to look like it's made out of wood too, like we did with the little love letters. So I'm kind of giving it a white base coat so that we can give it a faux wood grain. So again, just going in with a chunky brush and Antique Wax by Waverly, working in one direction, we're going to give a faux wood grain and make this truck look really cute. So you don't want to do too much, but you want like different shades of brown. And you want to make sure you work in one direction. And then I just go over it with a paper towel. Take off any of the excess. That's going to help it dry a little bit faster too, because that step's kind of tricky. So once I get it good and dry, we can keep decorating this cutie. I thought I would just use black paint pens and just draw on the tires. Couldn't be any easier. It's basically a really thick circle. And if you leave the other side intact, you can kind of use that as a reference to draw your truck back on. I'm not going to give it a lot of details. I'm just going to kind of give it the major details that it needs, like wheels. My black paint pen was not playing nice, but I finally got it to work. Now I also want to draw like the cab section of the truck on there, but I don't want to go too crazy. I'm going to kind of outline it a little bit here with a Sharpie where I think a window would be. And that doesn't show up too much. I'm going to go in then with a red paint pen. Kind of go over that. Kind of draw the window on. Using the other side for reference. That's what the window would look like. And then there's kind of like a section between the cab and the bed of the truck. And then kind of a door kind of up around the wheel well. That's about all the detail that's going to get. Now, once I get it all painted, I'm going to distress it a little bit with ivory to kind of give it a rustic touch. I'm just going over everything that I've painted so far. I'm going to put some words on there, but I wanted to go ahead and distress it first so that I don't mess that up. So I just wipe off any excess with a paper towel, and we have a cute little wooden mail truck. And then I'm using my new little white paint pen and going in and doing some Ray Done letters. We're going to do the word love and then the word letters. So it's going to look like just a little mail truck full of love letters. This was so easy, and I think it goes really well with our love letter theme. And it makes sense that a mail truck would be full of love letters. And I just like the simplicity of it compared to the other side, which was kind of loud. And I'm going to go over that with another coat to really make those letters pop, and I'm loving those new paint pens. Now for the door, I'm just going to use a little red felt sticker of a heart from the Dollar Tree, just one of the small ones. I thought that'd be a cute little decoration on the door of the mail truck. And there it is, our little love letter truck. Super easy, super cute, and it's actually two-sided. That's going to look great on the top shelf of our tier tray. And then I also found this kissing booth at the Dollar Tree. How cute is that? It's almost perfect. The only thing is it has pink stripes. I'm not really using pink. I thought we could like maybe add a little bit of texture and a little bit of simplicity to this, but I love most of it. So I thought I would just cover the bottom part of the kissing booth sign with some more of that burlap from that same bag that we've been using for our DIYs today. That's going to tie that burlap into those other projects and go with our color scheme. The only problem is you can kind of see through it. So I'm going to go over that part with some white acrylic to kind of mask the dollar for our kisses and all that kind of stuff that was on there before, and the hearts and the stripes. I don't mind if some of the stripes peek out from above. And I love the little garland that they have like hanging in the window. Super cute. And the writing on there that says kissing booth. So I just go over that with a couple coats of white until you can't see that anymore. And then we're going to cover that with the burlap. And then I thought like one of these little wood lips from the Dollar Tree would be really cute on there as well, since it's a kissing booth. So I'm trying to decide what color, and I think probably red. Some bright red lips on the front. It was really cute to start with. I'm just trying to make it kind of go with the rest of these DIYs and just give it a little something extra. I'm not a big fan of the glitter on the heart, so I'm going to go over that with some red paint just to kind of tone that down a little bit. I'm not going to replace them or anything. They're the perfect size. And then we can just put this little kissing booth together. I'm going to use a Mod Podge again on the plastic side of that burlap bag. You guys are going to be on the lookout for these bags now. It's so easy to craft with. I've got some faux burlap on Amazon before that was kind of the same kind of texture. And then we can just put our little lips on the front of it as well. Just gluing those down with a little bit of hot glue. And kind of angling them to the side a little bit. Super cute little kissing booth. I'm also going to distress them lightly with a little ivory and a little dry brush. And the little hearts on there as well. kind of make it look a little rustic. They had this in pink too. I did pick up the pink one as well. If you've watched my shopping hauls, you know I couldn't resist. They were so cute. I'll have to use the other one on a tier tray. Now I thought for a few finishing touches, I could use some of these little thumbtacks from the Dollar Tree. They're silver, and I'm kind of just do them as like little rivets on the corners of the fabric, just to provide another interesting little fun texture on there. And just hammering those all in. And we have a little kissing booth for our coffee bar. So cute. Okay, I found this little coffee creamer at the Dollar Tree the other day. I picked it up because it was white and pink. Now, the only pink I have is that gnome, so I thought we could tie a little bit pink in, but I did also want the little coffee creamer to have a little red, so I'm going to use some of this red and white gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree. This is the kind of the shinier one. And I'm just going to cut a piece that's going to go around, and it can be like at the border between the white and the pink. It's going to provide just a little bit of fabric, texture, a little bit of color. Just a little bit of fun. And I want to decorate this coffee creamer. I kind of want to make it functional as well. So once I get the ribbon on there, I thought we could kind of display one of these little wood bead hugs hearts from the Dollar Tree, just kind of spilling out of it like that. I thought that would be a really cute way to display it. But again, I also wanted it to kind of serve a purpose on my coffee bar. I'm going to put this on the lower shelf, and I thought it could display the little coffee stirrers. Check out these coffee accessories. I got these at the Target dollar spot, and I thought they was going to be perfect for a Valentine coffee bar. It was $3, and it includes like the little napkins, the little sleeves for your coffee cups, and the little coffee stirrers. So these are perfect and functional, all of these. So I love them. See the little sleeves? They say love is brewing. Perfect for Valentine's Day. And I did get the cups that go with this at the Target dollar spot as well. And the little napkins say all you need is love and coffee. And they're the perfect size napkins for the coffee bar. I'm just going to lay these on my coffee bar. Not a whole lot of those. And then the little red heart coffee stirrers. And all of those were $3 at the Target dollar spot. So I thought this would be the perfect holder for the little coffee stirrer. So we're just going to pile those all in there. And they're decorative and functional. So win-win. I love how that turned out, our little coffee creamer. I love all the little pieces together there. And then I also got these mugs at the Target dollar spot. The white one says all you need is love and coffee. The red one has white hearts all over it. Both mugs together are $5. They're not like a really large oversized mug. They're kind of the perfect size mug. And they stack, which is super cute. So if you wanted to display them like that, stacked, it's going to save you some storage, and they look really cute stacked as well. So there's the little white one. And then here's the little red one. Aren't they sweet? And they go perfectly with our colors for our Valentine's Day coffee bar. I love it. The little red one with the hearts, they're actually like textured hearts on the stoneware as well. Aren't they cute? And it matches those little napkins that say all you need is love and coffee. Now I'm going to use the red one to hold the little sleeves for my coffee cups. Those are important because on those paper cups, you definitely can burn your hand if your coffee is too hot. So I thought it'd be a cute way to display those, and they'll be functional. They'll just sit the napkins, I think, on my coffee bar. I don't think they really need a holder or anything like that. And then I'm going to fill up the other one and kind of make a floral arrangement with it. I'm going to use one package of these red felt flowers from the Dollar Tree. These are so pretty. They're in the Valentine's Day section. They're like different sizes. They're just the right size, I think, to fill this up. Now to fill up the cup, I'm just going to use some tissue paper just to fill up the volume. And then I'm simply going to just lay these in there. That way it doesn't destroy the cup, and I can still use the cup as well later down the road. So we have a little coffee mug full of roses for Valentine's Day, and it says all you need is love and coffee, and I agree. Super cute, super easy. And these are the little cups I was talking about from the Target dollar spot. They're $3 and you get quite a few. They have little white plastic lids. And I love collecting coffee mugs, but your girl is usually on the go and I have to have a coffee in my hand. So can't have too many of these little cups. I might buy another package of these from the Target dollar spot if I see them because they're perfect. And how cute are they? And I'm just going to sit those on my coffee bar because your girl's going to be using those for sure. Now, over the years, I've collected Ray Dunn Valentine's mugs. So I have the little white and red Be Mine. I got, I think probably at TJ Maxx. I found this one at Goodwill, a little light pink #love one. And I have a little rack below my coffee bar that holds 4 mugs, and I have 4 Valentine's Day cups. So perfect. The other 2 that I've collected, this one says Soulmate in gold on it. And then the other one is red and it says Be Mine. And they're all very different. So I think it's going to be a cute little variety of those. Hanging those on my little bar that I hang my little mugs on. Now I wanted to make a banner for the front of the 2 shelves to tie it all together for our Valentine's Day coffee bar. And I'm just going to use a piece of this craft wood that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's fairly thin. And I thought we could cut this down into some love letters to make like a little wooden love letter banner. I thought that'd be really cute. And so I'm going to measure these out about every 3 inches. I'm going to cut this and we're going to have just some 3 little love letters to put on the garland. Broke out my power saw. It cuts pretty good. Just sanding any splinters off the edges, and now we can paint these. My shelves are wood, so I thought it'd be cute if they were white. Since my big red love letter I did in red, I'm going to do these love letters in white, actually ivory. I'm just going to go over them just on the front with just some ivory acrylic and paint our little envelopes white. And the envelope for love letters and Valentine's Day, I mean, such an easy design. Anybody could put this together. This could be a great project for kids as well, if you had some helpers in the house. So I got them all painted white or ivory. So I'm just going to go in with a little heat to dry those. And then I'm going to draw like a little pattern on them as well to make them look like an envelope. So I'm just using an ink pen with some black ink. And I'm just kind of estimating how to draw it, because I don't know where my ruler is. I think somebody ran off with it from my craft station. So that one looks pretty good. So I'm going to kind of use that for reference. Just kind of doing a dot in the middle and then working from there. An envelope design is really easy to draw on there. And I'm not going to go over that with a paint pen or anything. I just like the little fine details of the pen. And then I'm going to use some of those little tiny red felt stickers, heart stickers from the Dollar Tree for the little stickers to seal those all off. How cute and easy are these? You could also scatter these around if you didn't want to make like a garland. So cute, just peel and stick. So I want to do like 2 garlands. I want to do a love letter garland for the top shelf. And then I want to do like a simple garland for the bottom as well. And I'm going to do that with, I found this really cute like heart lace at the Valentine section at Dollar Tree. And basically I'm just going to do a garland with just that. I think it's very sweet, romantic looking. I'm going to go measure my shelf and then just cut this heart ribbon lace to size. Easy peasy. So I found out how long it needs to be. And I attach these to my front of my shelves with just a dot of hot glue. Every now and then I do get a buildup of hot glue, but it's easy enough to clean up. I think it's better than putting holes in my shelves. And then I'm going to use that for reference to make the twine for the love letters. So both garlands are going to be totally different, but I think they're going to complement each other nicely. I just fold my twine in half to find the middle, And I'm just going to attach it to the back of my love letters with just a dot of hot glue. And I am going to kind of measure to make sure that I get them kind of equal distance away from each other. So it doesn't look too crazy when I hang it up on my coffee bar. And these are going to be the final touches to my coffee bar. I can't wait for you to see how it turned out. And I'm going to go ahead and hang this. I like to hang it with just a couple dots of hot glue on each side. And this is going to be the last piece for this coffee bar. These DIYs could easily transition, to other areas of your home, but this is how my coffee bar looked for Valentine's Day. I think it's so cute. I love the love letter theme. I think it's very sweet, very classic Valentine's Day. And I'll have a final reveal for you in just a little bit, but I wanted to give you a little sneak peek here of how it turned out. I think it's really sweet. What do you guys think about this Valentine's Day DIY? If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. Let's decorate this 2-tier tray for Valentine's Day. I got that wood tray at Bell's Outlet. I got a really good deal on it, and I'm going to use it on my kitchen table for Valentine's Day. So the first DIY we're going to have is one of these little envelope signs from the Dollar Tree. I kind of wanted to do a love letter theme today to coordinate with the love letter coffee bar that we did, because this is going to go on my kitchen table, kind of same room. So I kind of wanted to stay red and pink and kind of a love letter theme. So these signs are perfect. I just removed the little piece of paper that was in there because I thought it looked a little bit cheap. And I thought we could replace it with some of these like little wooden hearts from the Dollar Tree that are painted colors. And since that has like the pink and white gingham background, I thought red would look really good on that. And so I'm just going to use all of the red ones. And it's kind of nice because there is like a little bit of room inside the envelope, so you can kind of tuck it down in there as well. And I just want it to look like tons of little hearts are coming out of the envelope, also covering like the hole in the top of the sign. I like the colors on this one. I think it's really cute. I did want to add a little detail though, so I'm going to use some of this lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree and kind of just decorate the envelope just to make it look a little bit prettier. So I'm just using the straight edge of this ribbon, and I'm just going to attach it with hot glue on all of the lines of the envelope. This really helped to soften it. I'm going to leave the red with white polka dots. I really like that. I think that's cute, and I really like the pink gingham that's on the inside of this. So again, just using hot glue, we're just going to crisscross this ribbon. And this ribbon is really pretty. It's going to kind of coordinate nicely. I used a little bit of ribbon on my coffee bar as well. So I did just the crisscross parts, and I thought it might look really cute if I just keep going and like frame the entire envelope out. And so that's what I do. Just kind of doing one side at a time and cutting them down to size and just gluing them here and there to kind of keep it tight against the envelope. And what I'm going to do is take this big envelope and put it on the top of my tier tray. It's a little big, but I think we can make it work. And I actually picked up 2 of these so I can do them back to back on the top. And so it won't really stick out or anything like that. It's going to be a really nice top piece for the tier tray. So we got that all framed out. I thought about doing the top edges, but I thought it looked pretty cute just how it is. And so that is our first DIY for our tier tray. And it doesn't quite fit on the top, but I can kind of put one corner in and kind of lean it up like that against the pole, and that's going to work fine. Isn't that cute? I think that's so cute. Okay, next up are some finds from the Target Dollar Spot. 3 cute little Valentine's Day gnomes for $3. So actually a little bit cheaper than the Dollar Tree because they're only $1 a piece. And we're going to use all of these today for the tier tray. I think they're so cute. They have the colors I want to use, the pinks, the whites, the red. The beards were a little wild, but just trying to smooth those out a little bit. But overall, they're pretty good quality. And you know, I love gnomes. I'm never going to miss the opportunity to have some gnomes on my tier tray. especially for Valentine's Day. I will dress these guys up a little bit, but they really don't need much. Just gonna snip the little tags off the back of them. And they're the perfect size for a tier tray, perfect height. So the first one we're going to do is this light pink one. He's already got like a heart on his hat. He's super cute, but I thought maybe we could have him hold something. So I got some of this table scatter from the Dollar Tree. It's these little felt pieces and kind of different shapes and sizes from other things that I have. And I thought maybe he could just hold the little heart lock. It's got like a little keyhole on it. Just something cute for him to hold. He doesn't have any arms, but I'm just going to glue it to the front of him with a little bit of hot glue. And that's basically it. He doesn't really need anything else. He's really cute on his own. So I'm going to use him to decorate up top in front of that little sign that we just made on our tier tray. And he's ready to go. So I'm just going to kind of put him in front of the envelope. There's just enough room there for him. And maybe one more thing up there. And I do want this to be decorated from all sides because it's going to be on my kitchen table. So I'm going to decorate kind of everywhere. More finds from the Target Dollar Spot. I got these for $3 at the Target Dollar Spot, and they're perfect. I found these after I did my Love Letter coffee bar, and I was like, oh no. And then I'm like, that's okay. I'll use them for something. So I'm glad I picked them up. There's this cute little mailbox with a little flag that goes up and down. A cute little mail truck that says special delivery with a little heart on there, and a little envelope that says P.S. I love you. So perfect for this theme. The first one we're going to DIY just a little bit is this little mail truck. I thought maybe we could use some little heart gemstones from the Dollar Tree, kind of bling it up the door and the little heart that's on there. Basically, that's all I'm going to do. I think it's really cute on its own, but I just wanted to add a little bit of red to it. And this is kind of small, but I think it's going to look really cute up on the top tier there in front of those two things that we just made. But it's a little short, so I'm just going to prop it up a little bit with just one of these little mini Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree so that you can see him a little bit better. And that side of the top of the tier tray is decorated, so we can start with an envelope for the other side. So this is the other envelope sign from the Dollar Tree that I found. It has a red and white gingham and then a red envelope. So the red and white gingham is kind of opposite of the pink and white gingham that was on the other one. And so I kind of wanted this one to be pink and red as well. So let's just paint the pink part of this, or the red part of this pink, and kind of get like the same kind of theme, but for the other side. So I'm going over it at first with some of this salmon color acrylic. I thought that that was the color of pink that I wanted, but I do end up going back and adding a little bit more pink to it. Kind of want to do just kind of the opposite of the other side. So I do a coat of that, and then I decided I wanted a little bit more pink. So I'm just mixing like half pink, half salmon together, and that was perfect. I was kind of trying to match the color of the little pink wood hearts that we had left over from before, because I want those to be coming out of the envelope on this side. So they're kind of like reverse patterns of each one. So that looks way better. And then I wanted it to be polka dots because, you know, like the other side was polka dots. And so I'm just using a white paint pen. I got this on Amazon. This is a really good one for doing something fine detail like this. I'll make sure I add this to my Amazon shop below. Really liking it. And what I'm doing is just dotting down, just alternating the like kind of the pattern, like going halfway in between the dots on the left, and then just continuing that down. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want like a light polka dot pattern all over, just to give me that detail, kind of like the other side had. And I'm pretty impressed with that paint pen. I didn't get any bleeding or blobs or anything. Look at all those cute little polka dots. Now here are the wood hearts, the other wood hearts. So I like to use the bigger ones to kind of cover the paper damage there from that piece of paper they had in there. The envelope is so cute. I don't know why they glue that piece of paper in there. I think they could do something better than that. But I kind of almost would rather it just be empty. So I'm just going to glue the larger pink hearts down here, kind of tucking them inside the envelope, and then have all the smaller ones up top, just kind of like they're all floating out of the envelope. And you could always put like a love note or something like that in there as well. That'd be really cute. Now I want to frame it out like I did the other side with some of this lace ribbon. So you can still kind of see where all your lines are going to be. So I am just going to kind of frame it out just like before. Just starting around the edges just to make it a little bit easier. And just using the flat edge to the flat edge of the envelope. And I pretty much used all of this ribbon today. I really liked it. I'm going to have to try to find some more of this one. I liked it. And then I'm just going to follow the edge of the envelope and go all the way down, and we can crisscross this one as well. I'd like to take a moment. Thank you for watching today's video. Really appreciate you guys. And I appreciate all you crafty beach bums that come back time and time again. And welcome to any newbies that we have today. And I just wanted to remind you, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help my videos, helps it to reach more people. And if you leave a comment just to say hello or tell me your favorite DIY or find today, that really helps my video as well. And I really appreciate you all. So that looks pretty cute. What do you guys think? So we can now take this to the tier tray and decorate the other side. Gonna kind of lean it the same way, so they're kind of like mirror images, so you don't really see the back sticking out of either one. So this is another one of those little gnomes that I got at Target. I thought I would just give him like a red heart, felt heart from the Dollar Tree, just a big one on his hat, just to make him look extra special. And he's pretty cute all on his own. And these are just perfect, especially for the top tier there where I don't have a lot of room. And I'm going to stand this little gnome in front of the envelope on this side. And then I thought we could use the mailbox up there too. So I'm just going to cover up the little white heart that's on there with one of those little pink wood hearts from the Dollar Tree, just to bring a little bit of pink in there. And look how cute this is. Adorable. Very cute. Now, I did get this at Target last year. I haven't seen any of the little sets this year. They always seem to go really fast, but they always have the cutest stuff in the little, they call them like prop packs, the little tier tray starter kits. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment out of today's video and let you know about memberships here on my channel. For $4.99, you can get early ad-free access to my videos, and it's just a quick, easy way for you to support me here on YouTube. All you have to do is hit the join button under this video. Okay, up next. Now, this is a little mailbox. They had these in all different sizes at the Dollar Tree. This is probably kind of one of the medium sizes. It's not the largest, but there was definitely smaller ones. And it says love letters all over it, which is kind of perfect for my theme, but I thought it just had just too much going on. And I think that I would really like it better if it was just pink. So I like that, like the lid has the red polka dot that goes well with it, but this was just too busy for me. And so I'm just going to kind of erase all of that with just some ivory paint. Just going over all the graphics on there so that I can have a nice plain canvas to work on when I go in and paint it pink. I'm going to go ahead and do the back as well. I really just kind of want it to look hand painted and less like paper, if you know what I mean. So I do go over it with a couple of coats because there was a lot of stuff going on. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one you buy if you're going to paint it anyway. I tried to save this little flag that goes up and down by painting around it and moving it, and it just got to be too much. And I was like, yeah, it's fun, but it's just in my way at this point. So I just pulled it off, and we'll just make a new flag for our mailbox. So just patching that area in, and then I'm going to use the same color that I used before, like the half salmon, the half pink, to give me that really pretty color of pink. And I'm just going to paint the mailbox part, leaving the lid as it is. And I'm going to have this like sitting on my tier tray. It's a perfect size for the bottom. And I kind of want to have it like full of hearts for Valentine's Day. I think it's going to be really cute. So I definitely want to leave it open. So I don't need to like paint like the lid or anything like that. You're not going to be able to see the front of it, if you know what I mean. And so I am just going all over. I just kind of want like a really good coat. So I do go over with 2 coats of acrylic. And I think it looks way better in pink. And I will decorate it just a little bit, but just really subtly compared to what was on there before. And the red polka dots on the little lid match perfectly. You could still see some of the paper here on the inside, so I'm bringing that pink paint in a little bit so that you can't see that anymore. And this is what I thought I'd fill it with. These are little bath bombs that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I thought these would be really cute. You know, unwrapping them was probably the biggest challenge, and they do like give off a little bit of bath bomb fizzy mess there, but not too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use all of these. I want this to look like it's just full of hearts. Hearts are gonna like be pouring out of it. So I got this package that was just bath bombs. Then I also got a package there that had like a bath oil in it with some bath bombs. I'm gonna use those bath bombs as well, just to make sure that I have enough. And I really like the look of these. They don't have all the sparkle and glitz. And I think they go really well with the colors of the mailbox. So we got all of those unwrapped. And you know, after Valentine's Day, I can just use these at their intended purpose. Now, if you can't find those, you could always use these little glitter heart filler from the Dollar Tree. But I was trying to go not so glitzy on this one. Now, I wanted to do a little flag to replace what was there before, so I just take a piece of red cardstock that I have laying around, and I'm just going to cut a very simple little flag like that would be on a mailbox. Nothing special. This one's not going to move like the last one did, back and forth, which isn't as fun, but that's okay. It's going to be a stationary flag. We're going to have it up like there is mail in there. I didn't need to cut like a little hole in it though to kind of go over the little rivet that was in there before. So I'm just poking a hole in the cardstock with just a weeder. Trying to drill out a little bit of a hole so that I can attach that smoothly. I can't quite get it big enough to go all the way around it, but I can get it pretty close. And then I'm just going to attach it with a dot of hot glue. And I actually like that flag a little bit better than the one that was on there to begin with. So I'm glad that I went ahead and took it off. And then to kind of cover up that little area at the bottom, I thought one of these little white felt stickers from the Dollar Tree would be really cute and would provide a nice contrast on there. So I'm just going to peel and stick that on there. And that looks really cute. You know, it's kind of decorated, but it's much more simpler. And then one of these little red wood hearts from the Dollar Tree to decorate the back. Kind of like the design that was on there before. But just super cute. So that's how our little mailbox looks now. So it is ready to fill this up with love. So I kind of just want these to be cascading out. So just going to kind of toss them in there, kind of alternating colors. You really can't have enough of these. I'm going to try to make it look as full as I can. And isn't that cute? I really like the look of that. And it's totally going to go with our little love letter theme for our coffee bar. So this is ready to go. And let's go decorate the tier tray with it. I'm going to kind of sit it down here on the bottom and kind of sit it up on the edge like that. It's going to help it stay open. And I think it looks really good like that. So our first DIY for the bottom is complete. Our little mailbox full of hearts. Now this is a kissing booth that I found at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to give it a quick makeover. It's really cute. I like that fact that it's pink. I didn't really like the glitter on there too much. I thought we could decorate it a little bit. Now this heart was like really on there. I don't know what they used to glue that on there, but it took a little bit of work for me to pop that off. But I finally got it. And I like the little pennant banner. I think that's really cute and the top of it. So I thought we could just decorate the front of it a little bit. And so the first thing I'm going to do is just go over it with just some white paint, just to kind of give me a blank canvas. My plan here is just to Mod Podge some tissue paper on there. I really wanted to bring some like red in and some color. And so I have some of this Valentine's Day tissue paper. I got this at Target, but I have seen almost the same exact print at Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just going to cut out a little piece of that. And we can Mod Podge that to the front of the kissing booth. These kissing booths this year are so cute. I DIY'd one for my coffee bar as well. And this one looks completely different because different colors, different textures. I used fabric on that one. And so I'm going to use a Mod Podge here. Just a thin coat of Mod Podge, and then we're just going to lay that tissue paper on there. I love the look of covering things with tissue paper with the Mod Podge. It gives you such a fun texture. And I'm just going to trim off the excess, and then I'm also going to go over the top of it with some more Mod Podge to make sure it is good and sealed down. Super easy. And then I have some of these little red hearts from the Dollar Tree. These are the little red felt ones. They were just the right size to go on there to replace what was on there before. It kind of tore the paper, so I kind of need to put them, you know, kind of in the same place they were before. And so I'm just going to peel and stick both of those to bring in a little bit more red. Then I thought maybe some of that ribbon that we used on the envelopes would be cute just to kind of finish that off. So I'm just going to cut one piece just to go along the top part of this part of the kissing booth. And I'm just going to glue that on kind of underneath that tip of that little heart there. And I think it looks really cute. I like the addition of red to this and the different textures and materials. I think it turned out really cute. So this kissing booth is ready for the tier tray. I think that this is a perfect height for the bottom of this tier tray as well. It's going to fit in there nicely. I'm going to put it here right next to our little mailbox. I love Valentine's Day. It's such a fun holiday to decorate with. You can go with so many different color schemes and styles. So much fun. Okay, my next find is this little jar that I found at Dollar Tree. It's a photo holder, but I just kind of want to use it for the cute little Be Mine jar. I think it's super cute. So I'm just going to unscrew the little photo part. It does leave a small hole in the top, but that's fine. And then I thought I could pop off this little like white gemstone on there, the heart, but again, it was glued on so much that I couldn't even get it off. I don't know what kind of glue they're using, but I wanted to change it to a red one, so I just layered them and just put the red gemstone from the Dollar Tree heart on top of the white one that was already there, just to bring in a little touch of red. And then since it's a jar, I thought we could kind of decorate like around the lid a little bit just to give it a little texture. So I'm going to use some of that ribbon again. I like to use the same touches on different projects. Just kind of ties them in together and kind of coordinates the tier tray together. And this ribbon is so cute. It kind of looks good on anything. So just going to take the tag off and hot glue that around on the back. And easy peasy, we have a cute little Valentine's Day jar for our tier tray. It's pretty tiny, but I think it's going to look really cute. So I thought this would look cute, like kind of maybe here in front. You know, it's so small. You can still see some of the items behind it on the tier tray, but it looks super cute. Okay, I found this little love letter envelope at the Dollar Tree as well. It's bright red. It's made out of metal. I thought this would be really cute. I thought maybe we can make it stand up with one of those wood block Jenga blocks. I get those at Five Below, but you can use whatever you have. And then I kind of wanted like a softer pink heart on there, so I just cover up the glitter one that was already on there with a light pink felt adhesive sticker heart from the Dollar Tree just to give me a little bit of contrast. Then I thought I wanted to kind of fill it up with hearts. Now, these were really the only hearts I had left that were pink. I didn't really want to go with the glitter, but it's okay. We're just going to fill it up with these little glitter hearts. I thought that would be fun. It needed something in there, and I couldn't think of anything else to use, and so pink glitter hearts it is. They kind of fit in there perfectly too. I wanted something kind of 3D like that. So now there's a little hole from where the little hanger was on the top of the envelope that I just kind of want to cover. So I just take some twine and just tie like a very simple bow, and I'm just going to glue that on there. It's going to give me a little finishing detail, and it's going to cover up the hole. And now we can just stand this little metal envelope up. So cute. It's a perfect size for a tier tray as well. And I'm just going to glue that wood block onto the back just to make it stand up on its own. And as you can see, the little hearts kind of wanted to fall out. So I am going to hot glue the ones that are on top just to kind of hold them in place. And that solved that problem. And so easy peasy, this little Valentine's Day love letter DIY is ready to go. Super cute. And I'm going to kind of put this on the side here, kind of hiding the wood block on the back, kind of behind that kissing booth so you don't really see that part. Now, I found these at the Target dollar spot as well. They were $3 for 8 hearts. I've already used the red ones on my tier tray in my kitchen, my baking themed one. And so today I'm just going to use the pink ones and the white ones. I think they're really cute, and I can kind of just scatter them around wherever I need things. And I pile 3 in front. I do go back and move one kind of over here, just kind of scattering those around. Super cute. Okay, our next DIY is going to be super easy. I got one of these little pink conversation hearts from Dollar Tree. It's really cute because it doesn't have any glitter or anything on it. Probably the hardest challenge is just getting the label off the back. So I'm just using some heat and a scraper, cleaning that off. I like to do that on tier trays because you never know if you're going to be able to see the back from the other side. Then I wanted to use this ribbon, but I am out of it after using all these DIYs. But I did find some of this lace crochet at the Dollar Tree that's really kind of similar. And so I thought we could use that to decorate this little pink conversation heart. It's pink and red, so the colors are kind of perfect for what we're using. But I thought we could just kind of outline the edges with that just to provide a little bit of texture and beauty to this little conversation heart. So easy peasy. We're just going to hot glue this around. It fits on there perfectly. I thought at first about trying to make kind of a ruffle for it, but I thought this would look just as good and probably be a lot easier. So just gluing that all the way around. And this DIY is complete. Couldn't be any easier than that, right? We have our little pink heart with the word love on it. I was hoping it would stand up on its own. It kind of does, but I had a feeling, especially being on the table, it's going to kind of tip over if I don't add something to it. So this is one of just the little Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree. Just gluing that on there to help it stand up a little bit better. And I'm just going to stand it on its side like that. And there's our little love for our tier tray. I'm going to put it here kind of next to the mailbox, the back of the mailbox. It's a nice size as well. Now remember this little PS I love you envelope from the Target dollar spot? I thought we could use this down here at the bottom. I thought it would be fun to add maybe some lips to it to kind of make it look like the love letter was sealed with a kiss. So I'm going to use some of these little wood lips from the Dollar Tree and then just paint them that same pink color that we've been using today. Just a super quick little addition to this. I was trying to decide top, bottom. I ended up going bottom. Just enough room on there for that. And that's basically all I'm going to do to that. It's so cute by itself, but I think the lips even take it up a notch. And I'm going to kind of prop that up like that so you can see it, kind of leaning it up against the edge. So cute. Now, I'm looking back there and I can see that I forgot to take the tags off the back of the kissing booth. You see that back there? So that's what I was talking about when I was saying make sure, you remove your tags. And so I'm just going to borrow that for a minute, take those tags off of that, put that back in there, and it's going to look way better. So pay attention to what you can see from the other side. Now, this is the third and final gnome that we got there at the Target dollar spot. This one's red. He has a pink and white striped hat, and I thought maybe we could add something fun to him as well. Just trying to see what all is in here. There's like keys. There's all kinds of fun things. There are some little red felt hearts, and I thought that might be cute on his hat. He's a little plain, so he didn't really have any kind of heart or anything like that. So we're just going to add a heart to his hat, and that's it. His beard was a little wild. I tamed it down there a little bit. And they have so many cute little Valentine's Day gnomes at the Dollar Tree as well. And have you guys seen the big ones? I got a huge one for St. Patrick's Day the other day. And I think they have them for Valentine's Day now too. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to kind of stand that up in front of our conversation heart over here on the side. And we're going to have a gnome down on the bottom as well. And the other little wood heart that we had to kind of fill up this space there. Then for filler, I thought I would use some of these light pink foam roses. Basically, I can just scatter these all over the tier tray to fill up any kind of extra space we have. And always make your tier tray look more full. So I'm just going to kind of start scattering those around. We've got it pretty full so far. I've went back and forth about whether I should add a pennant banner to this, because I originally intended to, and then I think I forgot. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if I should go back and add a pennant banner, maybe around the top chair. I'm thinking maybe I should. And I'm also going to put a couple here on the top because there was some little voids. And I absolutely love how this tier tray turned out. I'm going to have a final reveal here in just a second, where I'm going to give you a close-up look of how everything looks together. And you've made it all the way to that final reveal. Thank you so much for watching my video this far. It really helps. Any kind of interaction, like if you comment your favorite DIY below, watching my video for a long time, or hitting that like button, it always helps. And thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the final reveal.
I look at you, you make me blind. Why do you have to be so beautiful all the time? I know I can't be with you. It's killing me to see you with someone else. What to do? Now I'm in the corner and watching you smile, watching you smile. And I can't get over you, I'm losing my mind. All of the things that I wish I could tell you, every time when you're passing me by, I fall in love. There's something about you, I wish you were mine. And if I only could be there to hold you, it feels like I stop breathing when you're around. I'm in love, there's something about you, I wish you were mine. So many times I wanted to put my arms around you just to be close to you. And in my head, it's just you and I don't know why I feel this way. Now I'm in the corner and watching you smile, watching you smile. Now I can't get over you, I'm losing my mind. All of the things that I every time you pass me by, I fall in love, I fall in love. All of the things that I wish I could tell you every time when you're passing me by, I fall in love. There's something about you, I wish you were mine. And if I only could be there to hold you, it feels like I stop breathing when you're around. I'm in love. There's something about you, I wish you were mine. Oh, there's something about you, I wish you were mine.
And I wanted to give a huge thank you to all of my Crafty Beach Fun members for supporting my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much to Coastal Couple, Karen O'Haron, Pamela Bergeron, I Am Mojo Jojo, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Carrie R., Tracy Knight, Verna Noctigal, Nancy Wunner, Julie Miller, Tammy Coates, Janae Farrington, Pamelia Wren, Whitney Harrison, Maria Grace, Donna Schreiner, Tina Kane, Heather Hart, and Sandy C. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. And again, all of my members get early ad-free access to my videos. Now, if you're looking for more crafting inspiration, YouTube thinks that you might enjoy this video right here. Happy crafting and happy Valentine's Day.